Happy New Year, everyone! After the amazing year of 2025, let's shift our focus and welcome the new year with these 50 promising indie games that will be released in 2026. Paralives is a highly anticipated indie life simulation sandbox set in a cozy, seamless open world, currently scheduled to launch into early access on 25 May 2026. The game provides total creative freedom through its gridless building system, which features curved walls, resizable furniture, and a full color wheel for every object in your home. Its player-first philosophy is cemented by a landmark promise of zero paid DLC for everyone. Witchbrook is a magical school life simulation RPG set in the vibrant seaside city of Mossport. The game blends academic progression with cozy living, allowing you to master alchemy, attend divination classes, and customize a woodland cottage while navigating student life. A highly detailed simulation engine ensures every citizen follows a persistent daily routine, creating a living world that you can explore solo or with 3 friends in online co-op. Cairn is a realistic survival climber following a professional mountaineer's grueling ascent of Mount Kami. A tactile, physics-based control system lets you independently move each of Ava's limbs, while the total absence of a HUD forces you to monitor her heavy breathing and trembling muscles to gauge exhaustion. The open-world design allows you to climb anywhere to find your own path, blending high-stakes route planning with resource management of pitons, food, and water to survive the vertical wilderness. Mouse PI for Hire is a noir-inspired FPS featuring a striking 1930s rubber hose animation style, officially scheduled for release on 19 March 2026. The game blends high-octane boomer shooter combat with intricate detective work, requiring you to photograph clues and connect evidence on a classic corkboard to solve crimes. Atmospheric details like an original big band jazz soundtrack and voice acting by Troy Baker help transform its corrupt, rodent-filled city into a living, interactive vintage cartoon. Replaced is a cinematic 2.5D action platformer set in a dystopian, alternate 1980s America, officially launching on 12 March 2026. Players control Reach, an artificial intelligence unwillingly trapped in a human body, as they navigate a gritty narrative filled with corporate corruption and high-stakes survival. The game's stunning visual identity blends handcrafted pixel art with modern 3D lighting and fluid Batman Arkham-style free-flow combat to deliver a deeply immersive noir experience. Solasta II is a turn-based tactical CRPG sequel from Tactical Adventures, officially set to launch into early access on 12 March 2026. A major engine leap to Unreal Engine 5 introduces high-fidelity visuals, fully voiced cinematics, and a vast, seamless open-world continent known as Neokos. The inclusion of native multiclassing and 4-player online co-op significantly evolves the franchise's acclaimed D&D-based combat and vertical tactical depth.
To carry out my duty as a courier.
The Legend of Khiimori is a realistic open-world survival adventure set in 13th century Mongolia, officially launching into early access on 3 March 2026. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it features a complex Yam courier system, where players must breed, train, and bond with expert-approved, lifelike horses to survive the vast and untamed steppes. The inclusion of historical mechanics like nomad camping, non-lethal archery, and a deep genetic breeding system offers a uniquely grounded and immersive take on the horse riding genre.
For those who carried us here, and to raise new
Mariachi Legends is a combat-heavy Mariachivania set in the folklore-rich town of Santa Mascota. Players control Detective Pablo Cruz, who transforms into the supernatural La Sombra after striking a deal with death to dismantle a criminal syndicate encroaching on his hometown. The game's stunning pixel art is paired with a unique tarot ability system, a day-night cycle that physically alters the map, and a power-up mechanic where you cook traditional Mexican dishes to gain strength.
Existence, really.
Ontos is a mind-bending sci-fi thriller set within a decaying moon hotel called Samsara. It serves as a cerebral spiritual successor to Soma, featuring actor Stellan Skarsgård and replacing traditional monster chases with high-stakes moral experiments that question the nature of reality. A brand new proprietary engine powers a highly tactile, systems-driven world where every visible location is reachable, and every piece of analog machinery requires manual calibration to operate.
Push the very limits.
Sagas of Lumin is an upcoming single-player action RPG set in a steampunk fantasy world of floating islands, currently targeted for a Q1 2026 early access launch. The game's standout feature is a physics-based dragon flight system that allows for high-speed aerial combat, including fire breath and mid-air grappling against rival riders. A deep narrative focuses on morally gray factions, where your political alliances and combat decisions directly influence the fate of the various cultures inhabiting the Lumin universe. Agefield High Rock the School is an open-world coming-of-age adventure from Refugium Games, officially scheduled for a Q2 2026 release on PC. Its bully-inspired sandbox lets you relive the early 2000s through a nostalgic lens, featuring a simulated school schedule where you can choose to attend class or skip to cause trouble. A branching narrative with 32 main missions and various endings offers high replayability, while activities like prank calling and bike raiding perfectly capture the era's rebellious spirit.
You messed with the wrong one.
Slay the Spire II is the long-awaited sequel to the genre-defining roguelike deck builder, rebuilt from the ground up in the Godot engine for an early access launch in March 2026. The game introduces a fresh, summoning-based tactical layer to the series' iconic card play. New afflictions that curse specific cards and alternate acts with radically different environments ensure that every climb through the shifting tower feels unpredictable and strategically dense. TankRat is a vehicular action looter survival game from Alpha Channel, officially revealed at the Game Awards for a spring 2026 launch on PC and PS5. A Become What You Break system allows you to dismantle mechanical monsters and graft their scavenged parts directly onto your own tank for deep, real-time customization. Players must navigate the radioactive dead zone by seamlessly shifting between an agile drone and heavy combat tanks while hunting titans in a world where flesh has given way to steel. ZWAARD is a top-down post-apocalyptic action-adventure game from Belief Studios, slated for a 2026 release on PC and all major consoles. A deep scavenge-to-craft system allows you to assemble a unique sword from mechanical debris, where every hilt, blade, and guard found in the ruins directly alters your combat stats and reach. The game's striking hand-pixelated world is populated by tech-infected mutants that require high-precision dodging and tactical strikes, blending Souls-like tension with fluid exploration. Revelation of Decay is a lively pixel art sandbox survival game where you explore a bizarre post-apocalyptic world to uncover the truth behind the massive zombie invasion. The gameplay focuses on awakening over 50 supernatural powers and customizing a vast arsenal of weapons to survive diverse biomes, ranging from haunted schools to snowy plains. Unique mechanics allow you to recruit up to 30 survivors, including dogs and former foes, to your squad, and even exploit captured zombies as a labor force to automate your base. Kejora is a hand-drawn puzzle platformer from Indonesian studio Berangan Creative, officially scheduled to launch on 14 January 2026 for PC and consoles. Its stunning Studio Ghibli-inspired aesthetic brings a nostalgic 1990s Indonesian village to life, where a young girl and her two friends must escape monstrous creatures and break a mysterious time loop. A party-based mechanic allows you to swap between characters to utilize their unique abilities, blending environmental puzzle solving with a tense, high-stakes narrative. Silver Pines is a Lynchian-inspired survival horror Metroidvania. Its heavy Twin Peaks atmosphere transforms a small American logging town into a surreal nightmare world, where you must solve puzzles and manage scarce resources as a private investigator. The gameplay masterfully blends traditional ability-gated exploration with high-stakes combat against grotesque monsters, requiring careful inventory management to survive the descent into darkness. Glaciered is an ambitious science fantasy underwater ARPG set 65 million years in the future, currently slated for a Q2 2026 release on PC and Nintendo Switch 2. Players control a tuai, a hyper-intelligent species descended from birds, engaging in high-speed, 360-degree combat that blends melee strikes with thermal and ice-based special abilities. Its combination of stunning 4K visuals, speculative evolution-driven world-building, and a unique PUI companion system creates a Souls-like experience unlike anything else in the genre. Lost Hellden is a hand-painted 3D action JRPG from Artisan Studios, featuring a mature narrative about sin and redemption. The game boasts an elite creative pedigree with a soundtrack by Hitoshi Sakamoto and illustrations by Takeshi Oga, delivering a deep 2D aesthetic that feels like living box art. A unique phased battle system blends real-time combos with tactical turn-based commands, supported by 21 distinct jobs and a dynamic weather system that alters both the environment and NPC behavior. The Midnight Walkers is a hardcore zombie extraction shooter set within the claustrophobic floors of a massive high-rise complex, officially launching into early access on 29 January 2026 on PC, with its vertical map design utilizing a dynamic poison gas system that randomly seals floors, forcing players into intense, high-stakes encounters while they scavenge for loot to escape via limited elevator pods. Strategic class-based combat combines with a lose-everything-on-death economy to create a punishing yet addictive survival loop. Neverway is a nightmarish life sim RPG from the pixel artist of Celeste and composer Disasterpiece. It will release on PC and Nintendo Switch. The game masterfully subverts cozy tropes by tasking you with managing a farm and dating villagers by day, while fending off psychological horrors in top-down, Zelda-inspired combat by night. A standout bond system ties social simulation directly to survival, as the deeper your relationships grow with the island's 10+ characters. StarRapture is a sci-fi open-world base-building survival game from Creepyjar, Green Hell, launching into PC Early Access on 6 January 2026. The Ruptura cycle introduces a high-stakes gameplay loop where recurring elemental cataclysms force you to constantly adapt and rebuild your industrial outpost against a volatile environment. A sophisticated automation system and 4-player co-op allow for complex resource management and intense combat against massive swarms of alien monsters on a beautifully hostile planet. Outbound is a cozy survival exploration game set in a utopian future where you live sustainably in a modular electric camper van. A modular building system allows you to transform a modest empty van into a sustainable solar-powered dream home that you can drive and park anywhere across diverse biomes. The gameplay emphasizes sustainable living through off-grid energy management, organic gardening, and 4-player co-op for shared road trips. Starsand Island is a cozy life simulation sandbox set to release on 1st February 2026 for all major platforms. Its vibrant Studio Ghibli-inspired world removes common grind frustrations like item degradation, allowing you to master professions like farming and adventuring at your own stress-free pace. A massive focus on freedom includes a gridless DIY building system for homes and houseboats, unique traversal via skateboards and scooters, and a dynamic NPC system where characters remember your habits.
Looked into your past, and I've seen nothing.
Edge of Memories is an action JRPG following Aileen, a soul whisperer who controls a mutating plague within her own body. Moving away from turn-based roots, the gameplay features fast-paced real-time combat with character switching and the powerful Black Beast transformation. You'll explore the nomadic continent of Avaris on a feline Nekaru companion, utilizing elemental party support to navigate shifting landscapes and survive the blight. Permafrost is a brutal open-world survival game set on an Earth frozen by a moon-shattering cataclysm. Hardcore mechanics like battery scavenging and thermal management transform the sub-zero landscape into a white hell, where every resource is a hard-won victory. The addition of a loyal dog companion and systems-driven co-op for up to 4 players adds a layer of tactical depth to its hauntingly beautiful urban exploration.
It wasn't fire that buried us. It was snow.
Dinoblade is a fast-paced dinosaur Souls-like action RPG, featuring a young Spinosaurus wielding a colossal greatsword. Its high-octane combat mechanics allow you to chain together fluid combos, parries, and devastating special abilities against rival prehistoric predators armed with their own brutal weaponry. A striking rubber hose-inspired animation style meets gritty, blood-splattered visuals in a world of diverse biomes, each guarded by a massive alpha apex predator. Breathedge 2 is a retro-futuristic space survival sequel that expands the original's dark humor into a multi-world universe, currently targeted for a Q1 2026 early access launch. The introduction of a dynamic crew management system forces you to balance the needs and personal goals of your eccentric companions to keep your modular spaceship from literally falling apart. A massive shift toward multi-planetary exploration allows you to land on diverse alien worlds.
Pain and loss.
Vampires: Bloodlords Rising is an open-world sandbox RPG launching into PC Early Access on 30 January 2026. A modular building system allows you to design multi-level gothic castles and manage a growing clan of followers, where moral choices determine whether you rule as a benevolent protector or a feared tyrant. Mastery of supernatural powers combined with 4-player co-op offers a unique social spin on the survival genre, set in the haunting Balkan-inspired land of Sangavia.
Resources, cheap labor, and
Escape from Ever After is a satirical Paper Mario-inspired adventure RPG officially scheduled to launch on 23rd January 2026 for PC and all major consoles. The game subverts classic fairy tale tropes with a sharp corporate twist, tasking you with climbing the corporate ladder of a greedy megacorp that has commodified storybooks for cheap labor. Snappy turn-based combat featuring timing-dependent action commands is paired with a unique office customization system and a lively big band jazz soundtrack.
Yourself in 5 years. 10 years? 12?
Rubinite is a high-intensity, dark fantasy boss rush action RPG from Cupdog Games, officially scheduled for a spring 2026 release on PC. The gameplay is built around a unique focus mechanic, where you must pinpoint enemies' weaknesses during the heat of battle to execute lethal thrust attacks. As Princess Ruby, you embark on a quest for revenge through the fallen Scarlet Kingdom, defeating blood recipients to absorb their power and craft custom talismans that define your specific combat style. "1348 Ec Voto" is a cinematic third-person action-adventure that follows a young knight-errant's brutal journey through a plague-ravaged and politically unstable 14th century Italy. As the knight Aida, you navigate a plague-stricken landscape to rescue a companion voiced by Baldur's Gate 3 star Jennifer English. The core gameplay features tactical sword fighting inspired by historical European martial arts, allowing players to switch between one-handed and two-handed stances to overcome mercenaries and religious zealots.
Bianca.
SacriFire is a high-fidelity JRPG from Pixelated Milk that layers hand-drawn pixel characters over immersive 3D modeled environments, creating a stunning 2.5D science fantasy aesthetic. Its hybrid combat engine blends turn-based tactical planning with real-time action, allowing you to target specific enemy body parts and execute complex combos. Launching in Q1 2026 with an open playtest in January, the story follows Ezekiel as he navigates a war between gods and demons across the twin worlds of Antioch and Erebus.
I can't let a kid go up there alone.
OPUS, Prism Peak is a poignant narrative adventure from Sagono, where you play as Eugene, a jaded photographer stranded in the ethereal Dusklands after a life-altering accident. You use an old analog camera to solve environmental puzzles and interact with animal spirits, helping a mysterious girl named Ren recover her memories while seeking a way back home. Releasing in March 2026 for Steam and Nintendo Switch 2, the game features a Ghibli-inspired aesthetic and a choice-driven story.
Walls remember what you
Mio, Memories in Orbit is a mesmerizing sci-fi Metroidvania launching on 20 January 2026 for all platforms, where you play as a nimble robot exploring the Vessel, a massive, decaying space ark overgrown with rogue machinery and lush vegetation. Its multi-tool gameplay focuses on fluid, high-speed traversal like grappling and gliding, paired with a unique combat system where you scavenge enemy components to customize your abilities and stay airborne through infinite aerial attack chains.
Step forward. A memory awakens.
Emberville is a cozy pixel art action RPG and town building sim slated for an early access launch in 2026. You explore the procedurally generated Vitro Modus dungeon to rescue kidnapped citizens, whose unique trades and skills are essential for rebuilding your customizable town and unlocking complex crafting trees. Accompanied by Memento, a mysterious ghostly entity that stores your lost memories and levels up to enhance your combat abilities. Craftlings is a 90s-inspired strategy automation hybrid from solo dev Ariano Games, launching on 15 January 2026 for PC. You must guide hapless creatures by placing blockers and directional arrows to manage supply chains, build complex settlements, and optimize resource gathering across 3 distinct biomes. The 1.0 release features 12 handcrafted levels, 25+ building types, and tactical combat against skeletal bosses, all tied together by a nostalgic pixel art aesthetic and a 20-track relaxing score. Will Follow the Light is a poignant first-person narrative adventure from Tomorrowhead Studio, scheduled to launch in the first half of 2026 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series S and X. Set in the frozen northern latitudes, you play as lighthouse keeper Will, navigating a perilous search for his missing son, using a realistic developer-collaborated sailing yacht and dog sledding mechanics. Built in Unreal Engine 5, the game emphasizes atmospheric isolation and grounded environmental puzzles involving weather stations and manual machinery.
Nightmare Circus combines action.
Nightmare Circus is a creepy, cute action-adventure where you play as a puppeteer trapped in a surreal, twisted realm filled with bizarre enemies. The core gameplay revolves around a unique puppet string mechanic that allows you to wrap, pull, and launch yourself to solve puzzles and master high-impact collision combat. You must explore 6 distinct circus-themed areas, rescue your fellow troop members, and ultimately confront the Nightmare King to escape back to reality.
Part of your arsenal of weapons. Adapt, strategy.
Erosion is a voxel-based open-world roguelike set in a post-apocalyptic Wild West, launching into early access in Q2 2026 for PC and Xbox Game Pass. The game features a high-stakes, decade-jumping death mechanic. Every time you die, 10 years pass, causing the world's factions to evolve, towns to transform, and your kidnapped daughter to age significantly. You'll descend into the Pillar to clear destructible dungeons using 100+ wild synergies, while managing a persistent world where today's help can build tomorrow's empire. Artem is a realistic open-world survival game set in a near-future, post-apocalyptic Midwest. The gameplay emphasizes deep simulation mechanics, featuring modular base building and highly detailed vehicle customization, specifically around functional camper vans that serve as your mobile home. Built in Unreal Engine 5, it challenges players to scavenge resources and manage complex survival needs across a massive, persistent landscape inspired by the state of Minoa. Decrepit is a dark fantasy first-person Souls-like roguelite, officially launching on PC in 2026 following its recent reveal at the Game Awards 2025. Set in a decaying medieval prison, the game forces you to master stamina-based combat and interconnected shortcuts while every death resets your gear and restarts you in a random cell. An equipment-based class system allows for mage, warrior, rogue, and shaman builds, blending Resident Evil's atmosphere with Dark Souls' challenge and Hexen-inspired first-person action.
Animon in this documentary.
Lumintail Memories of Trey is a vibrant monster collector RPG set to launch in spring 2026 on PC and Nintendo Switch. As the amnesiac Trey, you explore the divided land of Telea to capture over 140 unique Animon using the Holoken, a specialized tool for interacting with the world's spiritual energy. The game features strategic 1v1 and 4v4 turn-based battles, a gridless crafting system at Fountains, and the Anaspace, a customizable training dimension for your captured companions.
I am a bit curious about the rest of Telea.
I got a message
Liminal Point is an isometric psychological survival horror from Hideworks set on the fog-drenched island of Ashen Point and is planned to release on PC and consoles. As former rockstar Lyra, you search for your missing bandmate Mira after a cryptic voicemail, navigating distorted realities and nightmare creatures inspired by Silent Hill and Signalis. The gameplay focuses on tight resource management, limited inventory, and tactical exploration of eerie mansions and hospitals, all brought to life with atmospheric Unreal Engine 5 visuals. Forsaken Realms: Varen's Call is a story-driven action RPG where players step into the boots of a mercenary to explore the ruins of a once great city. The game features a completely handcrafted world with no procedural generation, focusing on deep exploration, discovery of hidden treasures, and challenging tactical combat encounters. A flexible progression system allows for total character customization, enabling you to mix magical spells, unique skills, and diverse weaponry to match your preferred combat style.
Places must be stopped.
Bloodstained: The Scarlet Engagement is a 2.5D Gothic action RPG prequel set in 16th century England, following two heroes on a mission to stop Demon Lord Elias within the ethereal castle. This entry introduces a buddy system, allowing players to control or switch between protagonists Leonard and Alexander to combine their unique magical abilities. This entry features the series' largest handcrafted map, a dynamic day-night cycle that affects enemy behavior, and a deep Epiphany combat system. Planet of Lana II, Children of the Leaf, follows Lana and her companion Mui on a journey across a changing world to reclaim their planet's future from a ruthless new society. The sequel expands the core puzzle-solving mechanics by allowing players to control hybrid robots and new roller creatures that can reshape the environment to unlock hidden paths. Lana features enhanced agility with wall jumps and run slides used to navigate diverse new biomes ranging from snowy mountain peaks to mysterious underwater depths.
In this forest.
Peregrino is a dark isometric survival RPG set in a grim 19th century land of gothic horror, officially launching in March 2026 for PC. You manage a caravan of pilgrims through a cursed forest, scavenging and hunting by day while reinforcing your mobile bastion and managing scarce resources against encroaching night horrors. The game features permadeath and character-driven storytelling, where your branching moral choices directly impact the survival and loyalty of each unique companion on the road to New Eden.
But even here, in the dark, hope.
Okay, vague and unsettling.
I Hate This Place is an isometric craft-based survival horror game inspired by the Eisner Award-nominated comic, launching on 29 January 2026 for PC and all major consoles. Playing as Alina, you must scavenge the cursed Rutherford Ranch and manage a dynamic day-night cycle where monsters hunt primarily by sound, requiring tactical stealth and the use of traps. The game features a unique color-coded sound visual system and a punchy 1980s retro comic aesthetic.
The ones that dwell here, they noticed her.
Acts of Blood is a brutal third-person beat-em-up set in a dystopian Bandung, Indonesia, following a law student's visceral revenge quest against a corrupt criminal underworld. Inspired by martial arts films like The Raid, the gameplay features bone-crushing hand-to-hand combat, cinematic finishers, and a flexible arsenal of melee weapons and firearms. You can navigate the gritty urban landscape using parkour and gain a tactical edge by utilizing interactive environments during high-stakes brawls. Mexican Ninja is a fast-paced 2.5D roguelike beat-em-up set in Nuevo Tokyo, where Mexican and Japanese cultures collide. As a rebellious ninja, you master high-speed combos and spirit animal jutsus through the way of the donkey skill tree. The game blends a gritty, humorous tone as you battle narco-sa enemies, using a mix of traditional ninja arts and unconventional gear like weaponized sombreros. Of course, it's not a fixed thing, because there is a game not yet announced, release year, or delay. If some of game on the list catch your eye, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.